Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is so super exciting given my thoughts about this product. Today we're going to talk about the new LYS Cream Bronzer. It is specifically the No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick. And you guys, there's a lot to talk about on this bronzer or for this bronzer, and in a really good way. So if you have been interested in this release, if you're wondering if it's right for you, then just stay tuned. Let's talk about how this worked for me. Let's go through the swatch of the one I picked up. Let's just talk about all the fun details because let me just tell you, you need this bronzer. You need to add it to your cart. Let's get started with this video. Alrighty friends, so this is the newest cream bronzer on the market. It is by LYS Beauty, which is a Black-owned beauty that has very, I wouldn't say affordable because drugstore is affordable. I mean, high-end is high-end. But from the spectrum of Sephora, this is very, very doable from a price point. LYS is just a brand that has really great products. I have fully enjoyed their foundation, the concealer, not so much, but I love their cream, I'm trying to think, blushes, and I love their powder bronzer. So this is something I definitely wanted to add to my collection. It is a stick bronzer called the No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick. You guys, it is $19. In what world can you find a cream bronzer at Sephora for $19? You just can't. And it says, achieve, I'm going to read to you what it says on the box. Achieve that vibrant, sun-kissed glow year-round with this creamy bronzer stick that instantly brings depth and dimension to the face. This easy-to-blend, lightweight formula glides onto the skin to create a diffused, natural-looking shadow effect that brings your favorite features to the forefront. Formulated with soothing skincare ingredients, this multitasking bronzer radiates the complexion, leaving behind a healthy-looking glow. There are so many claims to that you read it and you're like, yeah, sure. As far as use, it says after foundation, apply the contour stick. So it's considered to be it says a cream bronzer stick on the front, but I'm just now noticing that on use, it says the contour stick. So there's a little bit of I know it's designed to do both, but it's like, all right, well, which is it? Directly to the hollows of the cheek, jawline, temples, and sides of the nose for a defined look. Use a sculpt bronzing brush or makeup sponge to blend out the product for a soft, diffused finish. So we're going to do both ways on my face so that you can see the difference. For reference, this does have 0.25 ounces of product or 7.2 grams, and it is made in Taiwan. The box looks just like all of their other packaging, and there is that. So let's talk about the component. This is what it looks like. It is very pretty. I will tell you that in my last, so a couple videos back where I did a new makeup releases and what you can expect me to pick up, I had mentioned that this looks very much like Hourglass. And while it's a little bit more rounded, I mean, there are differences. I feel like the triangular shape just overall just totally brings to me Hourglass vibes. For me, it is what it is. I feel like there's so much on the market. There's going to be similarity and even some things are going to be a little more identical. Anyways, so there is that, but it is very, very pretty. Just like their other packaging, it's like that rose gold finish that is so nice. And it does say LYS. For reference, I picked up the very first shade. It's the light. And it's called, it's called Motivate. Let me make sure. Yes. So Motivate Light, that is the one I picked up and it is perfect. It is very pigmented. I'm just going to let you know. So pull this bad boy open. Here you've got the product and let me swatch it for you so that you can see what this looks like on me. I'm going to tell you the lightest swatch. I hardly touched my skin and that's what I got. So just so that you know, it is incredibly creamy because of those skincare ingredients. So you want to be mindful of that. Let me go press a little harder. There is a lot of pigment going on to this product. So here's what the light looks like on me. And I am a light to light medium skin tone, just depending on the brand, depends on which I pick up, whether it be the light or light medium, but I can typically kind of float between both. So here's what this looks like, and it is very pigmented. Again, also because it is so creamy, that also lends itself to having great pigmentation. So there is that. Now, we're going to do this video a little bit differently today. So instead of like doing a segue over to a demo, I'm going to talk this out with you as I insert a couple of clips of me putting this product on my face. For reference, this is the powdered side of my face. This was the non-powdered side of my face. At this point in time, it's all powdered because I finished off my look, obviously, with highlight and blush and all of that good stuff. But just so that you know, the right side of my face was initially powdered before going into this because I wanted to show you how that looks. So let's go ahead and start talking about that side of my face. So with the powdered side, you can use both ways. You can go directly in with the product. You can go in with the brush. For purposes of this video, I went in with a brush because obviously when you have a powdered face and you go in with like a cream bronzer, it's almost like it locks the product in just a little bit more. Typically, it's not as pliable as when you go in with an unset face. The end result really shouldn't make a difference, but the application can be a little bit different and require a little bit of a quicker time for application with a powdered face. So I did go in with a brush and went in and placed it on my face, and so easy to apply. I will also say, when you put this on a powdered face, because I'm sure it's because of the skincare ingredients, it's almost going to revert your finish to a glowy finish. So there is very much of a dewy finish with this bronzer. And I have noticed that if I use this over a powdered face, my skin ends up no longer looking powdered because it does have a very, radiant is not the word, glowy, dewy. Dewy is the best. It's a very healthy look. And it's beautiful, I have to say. So I went in with a brush, but I have also gone in directly with the product on my face. I think overall, I like going in with a brush better. I don't know, both work really, really well. Anyways, so powdered finish, absolutely beautiful. And then I did go in after and reset my face with the Kosas Cloud Sit powder. So that is what we've got going on there. That is the powdered finish. Okay, let's talk about the non-powdered finish. So for this side, I went in directly with the product, and as you can tell, as we swatched earlier, it is highly, highly pigmented, so a little bit goes a very long way. So just put this on my forehead and kind of the hollows of my cheeks, which you guys know I've told you before, contour for me always ends up looking muddy, and I end up having to kind of just fix a little bit by just patting with my foundation brush around that area. So went like under my jawline, along my nose, blended it out, and it just is so easy to blend out. This is probably the creamiest bronzer I have ever used. It's absolutely just wonderful in that sense. I feel like I'm almost applying not a lotion to my skin, but I can tell there is a hybrid there of makeup and skincare ingredients. So went in directly and just with my Fenty brush, just buffed it out. Which a lot of times if you do that, if you go directly in with a product to your face, it can be harder to blend out because it's more concentrated. It's not as diffused, so it can take a little bit longer to blend. With this product, there was none of that. It is so easy. Now, mind you, I have been using this for a few days at this point, and so that I could really get a feel, so I kind of know the ins and outs of how it works. But in no way of me applying this directly to my face and the times that I have used it has it been difficult to blend out. It literally sinks into my skin. So this is the side of my face that had no powder, and they obviously both look very, very beautiful. So regardless of what type of application you prefer, whether you prefer to set your face before going in with a cream product or you prefer to not, either way, it's so easy and looks absolutely beautiful, healthy, glowy, dewy. Again, if you're not too much of a dewy finish type of girl, then you gotta go back in with powder and finish that off. Like I said, even if you've set your face and you go back in with this, it's going to bring a very dewy look to the skin regardless of the powder. So I'm just be forewarned. So all of that being said, hopefully that was helpful. You guys, there is no way you do not need this bronzer. And I'm going to say that I love this even more than the Rare Beauty bronzer, which had quickly become my favorite. And honestly, at this point in time, I'm just like, nothing can beat this bronzer. For $19, you absolutely need this in your collection. You need to try it. It's the most beautiful bronzer, cream bronzer that I have ever used. There is No, you need this bronzer. It's incredible, and I cannot speak its praises enough. I definitely love the tone. It doesn't have any kind of, like, it's a little more neutral. It almost reminds me in tone of the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream bronzer they came out with about a year ago, because I remember looking at that tone and thinking, I feel like it reminds me a little bit of puke. I don't know why. Maybe it reminds me of poop. I don't know. The color, almost like a little bit of a yellow tone. I don't know. I am not good with undertones and things like that. I don't even say that I am, just because I know I'm not. So I love the tone because it doesn't pull red on me. And I do not like when bronzers pull red. It just does not look flattering on me. You guys, do yourself a favor. You will thank me later. This is the best cream bronzer, and I know thoughts can change as we go down the road, and sometimes a few months later we're all like, you know what, I love this and now I don't, but I don't see that happening. This thing is so good. Okay guys, so I hope that was helpful. I know that was a little bit more short and sweet and to the point, but you know, just kind of wanted to talk out this product with you, kind of show a couple of snippets of how it worked for me, and basically to tell you that out of anything that you buy this season, it pretty much has to be that. Alrighty friends, well, before I let you go, just a couple of things. I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and that if you are new, that you'll consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again here on this channel and talk more makeup. Before I let you go, I just want to give you a very quick verse of the day to motivate you, encourage you, and tell you that Jesus loves you in a very chaotic, strange, and frustrating world. It's just, I mean, it grows crazier by the day. But today's comes from Psalm 23:4, and it says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." It is my prayer that if you are not navigating this life with Christ, that he would just become the very essence of your being, that he would just pull on your heartstrings, that in this moment you would feel him calling your name, that you would feel him pulling at your heart, and that you would invite him into your heart to be your savior and your very best friend. In these times especially, you need something constant, not something fickle, not something that you can't depend on. And the thing about it is you can depend on Jesus. Alrighty, my friends, I hope you're having a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you're having a wonderful day and that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, friends.